All right, so Kristen, to recap the conversation that we had yesterday about the creepy dad, you want to get into that? Because it's a very interesting email that we got, taking up like the boyfriend / the father side in this whole thing.
Okay, so it all started with the Bert Show listener hitting us up. She's been dating a guy for about 4 months now or something like that. And she met the family, and the dad started following her on Instagram and started liking certain photos. And those photos were her in bathing suits or bikinis. And the photos the dad intentionally liked were ones of her in lesser clothing. And it was kind of creeping her out a little bit. So she hit us up and she's like, do I say something? Is this like a red flag? And she ended up saying something to her boyfriend, and he brushed it off. He even found the one photo of her not in, wearing clothing. He said, see, he likes all your photos, blah, blah, blah. And actually then turned it on her and was like, hey, if you don't want people liking your photos, then don't post them. Mm-hmm. And she was kind of like, okay. So she talked to him. And then, she ended up bringing her friend and her friend's boyfriend over to, because she's going to have dinner with their family, and she wanted backup. So she got her best friend and her best friend's boyfriend, so they did a group dinner. And she's smoking. She's like, if I'm a 7, this chick's a 9. Well, her boyfriend's dad was all about this girl, hitting her up a conversation, started following her on Instagram, and started liking all of her photos right after the dinner, proving Pops is a creeper.
All right. So, but the point here that the boyfriend was making, like, look, if you don't want creepy dudes liking your photos or DMing you, then don't post them, right? Which Mo and I hated, because it's like saying, like, dudes have like absolutely no control of your, like, it's built into our DNA to be creepy.
Yeah, it's like completely taking the responsibility off of men. Like, they just can't control themselves, like you said. And at some point, you have to realize that the dad is completely going out of his way to be a creep, regardless of if she wants people to see her pictures or not.
Yeah, the victim shaming gets so underneath my skin. And I remember this during when the Me Too movement had hit. And I was so adamant. I'm like, instead of trying to tell women how to dress, how about you teach men how to treat women? Like, it shouldn't be on us to get respect. Like, that should just be a given.
So I'm curious if there are other women that are listening that have the same opinion as this Bert Show listener that hit us up yesterday, who is a woman, right? And she's kind of like got the boyfriend's back. Like, I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but don't post that stuff if you don't want creepy dudes hitting you up. She says, it might be an unpopular opinion, but I have a little different perspective on the creepy dad liking the girlfriend's Instagram pictures. For the record, I'm a woman and have experienced uninvited creeps before. In general, whatever energy you put on social media is the energy you're going to attract. Okay, let's go ahead and chew on that for a second. You guys agree with that?
To an extent. Like, I get where she's coming from, and there are going to be, there's a level of acceptance or acknowledgement here that there's going to be a level of creeps online. Mm-hmm. And if you post certain photos, it's going to happen because those people exist.
I agree. But I think in this specific situation, because it's not some random creep online, it's her boyfriend's dad. To me, this rule doesn't apply.
Let's just say in generalities, though, rather than specifically saying like the dad in our situation. In general, and I want to get Cassie's opinion on this also, whatever energy you put on social media is the energy you're going to attract.
I think the blanket rule is everyone should be treated with respect, but I do think to an extent what you do post is going to bring in a certain audience that may not invite, but you will experience different treat. I'm really trying to.
No. But
you're opening the door up to chaos with certain posts.
Take the Drake video of his dingling. He posts that on Instagram.
You can't use the word dingling with that thing.
Well,
it's disrespectful.
Okay.
It's a dongling.
Yes. Good job. Yes, that is, yeah.
So yeah, if he posts that, you're going to expect some certain energy in your comments, right?
I agree with y'all. I mean, I do think it's awareness, I believe is what it is. Like, it's one of those two things can be true moments where, unfortunately, all men should know how to control themselves and not be creeps, but that's just not the reality. So when you post certain things, you do have to be aware of the fact that you are going to bring certain types of people to your page, and maybe there are going to be people within that group that you don't necessarily want to see you like that. But it's going to happen.
So what you're saying is your milkshake is going to bring all the boys to the yard.
Damn right.
I was just thinking that. No, but like, yeah, if you were going to post a video of you in a thong twerking, that's going to, elicit certain comments.
But we're not talking about those we're talking about a bathing suit. We're talking about a woman on the beach in a bathing suit.
Mm-hmm. No matter where you go or where you exist, you're going to attract people. I can post happy stuff online and I get people hating me for it. I can go out in public and wave to someone and they flip me off, which happened the other day. It just, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, you don't know what's going on in people's worlds. And I get that. My issue is, yes, you can just not post those photos and avoid those creeps. You can also just not go outside ever and avoid creeps. So the issue is, yes, and Mo hit the nail on the head. The reality is if you post those pics, you will get creeps. What we're talking about is we're not accepting the fact that the creeps are allowed to do that. And I think by saying, just don't post those photos, you're allowing the creeps to persist and control your life, whereas you should post the photos. And we're here to say, creeps, it's not okay. You need to back down and stop doing that, and I'm going to call you out.
So what you're saying is you're going to get them, and you're going to get them. You don't have to accept them, but if you're posting, then you should expect to get stuff like that.
Yeah, you should expect, but it's not right. And I'm not endorsing it. And I think the tough part is we're literally trying to change the nature of reality right now, and it's a slow shift.
She continues on, if you're posting stuff that's obviously for attention, bathing suit, butt shots, intentionally revealing outfits, typical quote-unquote thirst traps, you can't get mad when thirsty people show up.
All right, time out. The whole purpose of social media is to get clicks and likes, and it's attention seeking. Every single photo, we have to be honest with ourselves. If it's of your dog, if it's of your kid, if it's of you in a bathing suit, you are looking for attention, full stop.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you think that it's... Yes, I agree with you.
It's all attention seeking behavior.
Different types of attention, though, right? Like, I feel like you do, maybe your intention is to get the same kind of attention, but the reality of it is if you post your dog or your child, you're going to get a different kind of attention than if you post yourself in a bathing suit.
Which goes back to what she said here. Whatever energy you put on social media is the energy you're going to attract. So if you're putting out energy with you and Jimmy, your son, you're not going to get, that's sweet energy. You're going to get sweet energy back.
Sometimes.
There's always one.
She says, don't get it twisted. In this specific situation, the dad was grossly inappropriate, and the boyfriend should have handled it with him immediately, no question. However, she says, I think we forget to view social media as the giant marketing platform it is. Marketing is, quote unquote, the process of getting people interested in your company's product or service. That's the intent of social media. You're marketing, all capitals here, something regardless of intentionally a product, your life, a service, your thoughts and perspective, your body. I think it's important for younger generations and women especially to keep that in mind simply out of self-awareness and self-protection. What do you think?
Well, I think it's important because I had to learn this lesson kind of the hard way. Like if you look at my Instagram, you'll see that it's pretty squeaky clean. And it's like that for a reason because I've never really posted like super provocative thirst traps or anything. But a couple of years ago, I had a few just photos of me at the beach in a bikini. And I went through this period of time where there was some dude taking my photos and creating like a fake Instagram and saying like, this is my secret OnlyFans Instagram account. And so I don't post those photos anymore because it's the only way I have control over what people can do with the photos that I posted. So it's unfair. It's not right. I wish the internet would just treat you with the respect no matter what you post. But to an extent, the reality is certain kinds of photos are going to be misused in some ways.
Let me ask you guys a loaded question. And I just gave you a shot of truth serum so you can't lie. If you put up a picture of you in a bathing suit, and you get no comments about it at all, about, oh my God, girl, you look so good, or a dude hitting you up, are you a little disappointed by that?
Yes.
I mean, if my girlfriends aren't commenting, yes. But if a dude doesn't like comment, no, I'm not. No.
I'll always get the comments, but they're never positive. But that's why I post them.
The Bert Show.